Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea video of mine. And yes, I am back. I did the review for the Krasnodar game as well as the Manchester United game. Unfortunately, I was unable to do the review yesterday against Burnley in our emphatic victory. But now it's the 1st of November and everything in my personal life is fine at the moment. I will be back with daily uploads. You'll be seeing me every day around 10 o'clock in the morning. You will be seeing a video on my channel, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified for every time I do upload. So every day you will be seeing me consistently uploading every day, you know, for the foreseeable future, for the long-term future. You know, really looking at growing and developing this channel, reaching a bigger audience, interacting with you more. So please leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. And of course, if you do have a game, whether that's a Premier League game on a Saturday, you know, a Champions League game midweek, you will be seeing a review. But on top of that, daily upload, daily content on this channel, Mr. Consistent. But yes, without further ado, let's get straight into today's talking point video. And today I want to talk about, can Chelsea win the Premier League? And I'll be getting into technical analysis in depth, looking at the way Lampard wants to play for the rest of the season, looking at certain players' performances, how pivotal they will be for the remainder or the rest of the season, if you do have any sort of hope for the season. Also looking at context and different teams and how they're doing. Going to be delving into the tactics, my analysis, and giving you guys my thoughts, opinions toward the end of the video. If I truly believe Chelsea have a fighting chance to win the Premier League. In my opinion, we are dark horses, but I want to hear what you guys think as well. Please leave me your thoughts. Do you think Chelsea can win the Premier League this year? And if you don't, again, leave me your reasons as to why. But let's get straight into the first bit I want to talk about is the players' performances yesterday against Burnley, getting into the statistics. Now, Kante, as we know, played in that 4-3-3 position, and it could be the way forward for Lampard. Kante in that lone DM position with the two attacking eights of Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Now, speaking purely on N'Golo Kante's performance, I was really impressed with him yesterday. Kante's first half numbers of Burnley as it goes, his passing accuracy was 96%, long passes completed was 3 out of 4, aerial duels won was 100%. He won 100% of his tackles as well, tackle success being 100%. He created one chance, won 2 out of 3 ground duels, and made 2 interceptions just in the 45-minute spell. For me, he was tremendous. He really reminded me of the old N'Golo Kante, but he really had to adapt to his new role. And to be honest, he's kind of shown a lot more to his game than I originally thought he had. For me, he's more technical than I believe him to be, and I think against teams like Burnley, who play a low block system, that play 2 banks of 4, it's really good to have N'Golo Kante at the end position, allowing the 2 attacking eights, in this case was Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, to operate in between lines in the half spaces and really create chances and really allow the 2 attacking eights to express. And with Lampard's system of counter pressing and pressing from deep, pressing as a unit, as a whole team, you don't really require 2 DMs. You want your attacking eights, you want your forwards to be pressing to winning the ball back, just like how Jurgen Klopp with his gegenpressing, just how Liverpool operate. For me, that's how Frank Lampard sees his Chelsea team, in his vision for the future. And I think that he really is building this team in his image, and I really believe that we should have full faith in Lampard, even me including myself. I mean, I may be a bit hypocritical, especially with the tweets I put out on Twitter, because I do, criticise Lampard heavily, but with good reason. I think that he has made a lot of mistakes. But including myself, we do need to back Frank Lampard more. It is a long-term project, but for me, N'Golo Kante was tremendous, especially in yesterday's performance. And another player I do want to speak about is, of course, Thiago Silva against Burnley. His statistics, especially in the first half, a 93% passing accuracy, 6 out of 8 long passes completed. He won 100% of his ground duels, 4 out of 4. He won 100% of his aerial duels, 2 out of 2. He won 4 fouls and cleared 1 of across. So for me, again, the way he is elevated and transformed that defence, a bit like what Van Dijk is at Liverpool, a world-class centre-back, one of the best centre-backs, not only in the Premier League, but in Europe as well. He's been at the top of his game for how many years, and being 36 years of age and still producing these world-class performances week in, week out is honestly applaudable. It really is, and it really is a credit to Thiago Silva for producing these performances. But the way he's transformed that defence really helped Kurt Zouma alongside him. And Edouard Mendy, his 5th clean sheet in 6 games for him. He hasn't conceded a Premier League goal, and he's been here for 3 Premier League games. For me, he's been a breath of fresh air when it comes to giving that defence some structure, some confidence, winning every single aerial duel when it comes to catching crosses, commanding the box, making world-class saves. Athletic, his reflexes on point. For me, he's been another top player for us, and he's going to be a massive player for the remainder of the season. I think the top 4 is definitely wrapped up now. As we stand right now on the Premier League table, we are 4 points, only 4 points behind Liverpool, who do sit at the top of the table. And yes, it's really early in the game. We've only had 7 Premier League games, but we need to look at the context of the situation. Can Chelsea really fight for the Premier League? Can we really win the Premier League? Now, at the start of the season, I was really reserved, and there's many reasons for this. Number one, we need time for these, world-class signings to essentially gel together, especially our attack, the amount of signings we made in the attacking department. So for me, we needed time to gel, and that's exactly what's happened, hence why I knew we'd have a slow start. So for me, that's always going to put us at a disadvantage compared to Liverpool and City. They've had times with their tactical managers, they've had time for pre-season, for working together on the training ground, and that is more beneficial. Lampard stresses in press conference regarding pre-season, lack of training, etc. So for me, we were always going to be at a disadvantage there, but now that we're gelling, we are going to obviously naturally improve. But for me, the reason why I have brought this question up is because of the other team's performances. City, they have dropped a lot of points this season already. Liverpool, they haven't looked that great. They've just scraped 2 wins against Sheffield and West Ham at home as well, and they've really struggled to beat them. So for me, Liverpool haven't looked as well drilled as they have normally. Arsenal, of course, are on a rebuilding process. Tottenham with Spurs, we know that Mourinho is building that Spurs team in his image, and we obviously know with Manchester United, they have a fraud in charge, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They've had a really rough start, losing home to Crystal Palace, getting battered at home 6-1 to Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, they're slowly picking up form, beating Leipzig, drawing to us, beating Paris Saint-Germain, but I don't think that United have strengthened enough in the summer window to be able to really contend for the Premier League title. So for me, it does really leave us in the equation, and it really is a case of why not? Why can't we? And I think that if we utilise the system, if Lampard gets a tactical approach spot on every game, and if the 4-3-3 in this position of having Kante and Lone DM with the 2 attacking aides, and of course if we aren't littered with injuries, and unfortunately Pulisic was injured in the warm-up, if you don't get those little niggles, if we keep our players fit, and I do see a case of why not. We're already out of the League Cup, so we have less games to play. For me, I do see it as a potential option. I do believe you cannot rule out Chelsea. I don't think we're the favourites by any means. I'm not saying we're the favourites, but I do believe Chelsea are genuinely dark horses and contenders for this Premier League. But what do you guys think? Please leave me your reasons. Do you think Chelsea favourites, or do you agree with me and think that Chelsea are dark horses if we do get a bit lucky with injuries, and of course if you get the tactical approaches spot on? I think that utilising the system of 4-3-3 with Kante and that lone DM, the 2 attacking aides operating in that system, pressing, doing the defensive duties is effective. However, there are flaws to the system against top opposition. We're talking Manchester City, Liverpool. When you only have one DM in Kante, who is more of a natural box-to-box, he is going to be leaving spaces in between the defensive line and the midfield line, and we can get caught out on the transition a lot more easily. So against teams like Man City, Liverpool, maybe having a 4-2-3 on with a pivot, having an extra DM like a Jorginho or a Kovacic, giving more defensive support and defensive cover would be good. But this is up to Lampard. He's the manager. He will be making the tweaks and tactical changes. But for me, this could be the way forward. This generally could be the way forward. The 4-3-3, having Kante, having Reece James and Ben Chilwell, who's been a revelation, by the way, acting as the inverted wing backs alongside Kante, adding that extra support just in case we get caught out on the transition, or if a team is countering us on the counter attack. You can have Reece James and Ben Chilwell acting as inverted fullbacks, just like how Pep Guardiola has essentially deployed that system at Manchester City, how Liverpool utilise it with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson. They also act as inverted fullbacks alongside the DM, of course, to avoid getting caught out on the transition. And for me, tactically, there are many ways you can utilise it. For me, I think that it is a system for the way forward. I think Mason Mount has proved me wrong thus far. He did have a bit of a rough season, start of the season, but one thing I want to mention on Mason Mount quickly is I don't think he's anywhere near our most talented player whatsoever. I don't rate him that highly, but I think that if he's utilised as a system player in a number 8 position, which is his best position by the way, then he can be a top player for us. I don't think that when I see Mason Mount playing left wing or right wing, I get disappointed. You've got Callum Hudson-Odoi on the bench, who's a natural left winger, who's a world-class talent and prospect and more technical ability. I don't like seeing Mason Mount shifted there. If Mason Mount is going to play, he needs to play in his 2 attacking 8 formation, or if we are utilising a 4-2-3-1, have Mason Mount in number 10. I don't want to see Mason Mount deployed on the wing. It's as simple as that. For me, if Mason Mount is used as an 8, I have no problem whatsoever, and if he used correctly and not overused by Lampard, then I'd love to see Mason Mount and Kai Havertz as those 2 attacking in time, with having Mason Mount and Kai Havertz fully fit, because they are pivotal and crucial to the system, with Kante in that lone DM position, and with having the depth and the quality of Jorginho, Kovacic. Of course, we have Ziyech as well, who can come on and play, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Tammy Abraham. When you have this much depth in your squad, you have the quality and ability. I believe, yes, we are dark horses for the title. You cannot rule Chelsea, and I believe that Chelsea can definitely win the Premier title this season. But generally, I want to hear what you guys think as well. Leave me your thoughts, opinions. Or do you completely disagree and think, no, there's no chance, this season's too early? Or do you think Frank Lampard is the wrong man to lead this club? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.